An issue of the curriculum, because we talk about intelligence here. Yes, they were trained to solve problems, but if you are trained in something where those problems don't exist, you're rendered redundant because you create thousands of persons with no needs.
That's true. That's a very serious point of the curriculum. And then secondly, we have been trained to follow our passion. Much of what we follow as passion is not demanded in the market.
Okay.
You don't study what is your passion, you study what is needed in the market. I think we should rebrand our educational system and be able to educate our children to understand that they shouldn't study what they love, they should not study what they are passionate about, they should study what is a solution to the market. Somebody cannot go to the university and study something that will never be demanded tomorrow in the market. You must be marketable. You must be productive, because one of the characteristics of an intellectual is somebody that proposes solutions to normative problems in the society. One of the functions, and sometimes I use the word propose deliberately, and there are many intellectuals in our society who have proposed, yet their ideas have been dumped to the gutters, and that is a description. An intellectual is somebody, one of his characteristics is somebody that carries out research and then proposes solutions to normative problems in the society. But sometimes young body people will struggle. I know of guys who have gone to Australia, America, Germany, France, Denmark, come back to the country and propose ideas in solving particular problems. Those ideas were bundled for political reasons and dumped into the gutters. I think we cannot just rob or downplay or minimize the contribution of intellectuals, especially when they are bringing up intellectual ideas, positive ideas to grow the society as proposals. Yet those proposals are bundled and dumped, because we live in a society where people will only definitely take an idea as long as their interest is defended in it. If their interest is not protected in that idea, no matter how brilliant and excellent it is, the political, whether you like it or not, politics is infiltrating almost every sector in the society. Politics, that very food you are eating on the table is part of politics. The dress you are wearing is part of politics. The car you are sitting is a part of politics. It is the political protocols that guide the car you drive, the food you eat, the dress you wear. So sometimes intellectuals will come with very brilliant ideas. They propose solutions to normative problems. There is a guy I watch on social media, they call him Bob Bison. That guy has been able to grow these apples that grow in Greece and France, which we were told some years ago that the apple could not grow in this country. What has been done so far to do a large-scale production on that skill, that ability he has? He's not just a doctor, he's not an agronomist. That is somebody by grace and his ingenuity, he was able to farm in Cameroon soil, or on Cameroon soil, what we have been told for years by deception that it can never hold. I think that is a very sensitive issue to be addressed, because having ideas as intellectual is one thing. Proposing those ideas to be accepted for execution is another thing. And the challenge we have is that most of these intellectuals come up, they propose very brilliant ideas, and their ideas are dumped into the gutters. So I think we should start regulating the society in such a way by people can be able to contribute their ideas and help better the society. There are so many policies that have punctured the expression of intellectuals in the country, and this is the reason why we are insisting, because Dr. Ndimacho said something, Dr. Brucha said something, that we don't have children we send to school that we do not believe in them. We train civil engineers, we can't trust them to construct our roads, we can't trust them to construct government structures. We train doctors that we cannot trust them. Our ministers fly out of the country to go and treat themselves. Why we have a school in this country that trains medical doctors? How can we be training products that we do not even trust in? We don't even have specialist centers where somebody can come out as a cancerologist, a pediatrician, a neurologist, and a neurosurgeon. Those are the things that help to fortify and strengthen. If you look at certain communities, the reason why you see a place like Rwanda is creating impact, because specialist centers are being created that you can specialize and focus on one thing. Health in Africa is not like the health in Europe. If you go to Europe, there's somebody who is specialized only on the ear, somebody on the eye. You don't need to study the whole system to be a doctor. You can be specialist in bones, somebody specialized in the nerves, somebody specialized in the brain, somebody in the eye, somebody in the ear. Then you see we have in Africa a general practitioner, somebody who touches almost every field. You can be a jack of all trades and master of none. And I think think that one of the things that has punctured our intellectuals in Africa is that they are not specialists. There's a difference between studying and having knowledge and being a specialist in a particular domain. Intellectualism also, in order to provide solutions to normative problems in the society, you must specialize in the field. And that sector of specialty is not part of the African society. That's the reason why you know a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, and then a man can have knowledge in almost every field, but he's not effective and he's not very, very apt in a particular field. You see a political scientist will tell you a bit of law, he will tell a bit of public administration, he jumbles up everything. But if you find somebody who is studying this domain, he will tell you that I am a historian, but I'm an archaeologist. He specializes in a field and becomes very effective in it. So that's the reason why our educational curriculum has a question mark. With respect to the question you just asked me, the educational curriculum has a question mark because we don't drill people to become expert in a particular area. If they say somebody is an ophthalmologist in America, is somebody who has taken 6-7 years to sit on eyes. It will tell you every defect of the eye. Somebody can tell you the ear, somebody can tell you the brain, somebody can tell you the blood system, somebody can tell you the bones, somebody can tell you the nerves, somebody can tell you the intestines. That's their field of operation. But you see, what we have here is somebody who is being taught on how to give drugs in those areas. How to give drugs, and then there's somebody who is just trained in an area to conduct general tests in the body. And this is what we have in serious. That's why we keep flying abroad, we keep flying to India. If you look at India of late, they don't have engineers in almost every area. The particular area that India is known for is information technology and health. That's because they took their time to allow persons to specialize in that particular area. When kidneys and lungs and liver and cancer cases, diabetic cases, surpasses all the doctors in Africa, we fly them to India, and sometimes the patients come back well healed. Why? Because there's opportunity for them to exploit the talent in them, the skill in them. There is a level through which, as an intellectual, all what you have studied as knowledge in books will be dropped. You will look into that innate energy inside you to draw wisdom, which is beyond the 5 senses. And this is where we have to take researchers to. There are persons in Europe and America who have the opportunity to stay only in labs for years, yet their families are collecting salary to come out with creative ideas. So I think we should get down to work to make sure that our intellectuals get the facilities, and the educational curriculum should be adjusted in such a way that somebody can pick up a particular field of influence and become a specialist in it. Not this time we are jack of all trades, master of none. As a matter of fact, we study things that we do not need. We study things we did not need. I have a friend who read political science like me in the University of Boya, and sometimes he will come here and ask me that, did you draw cockroach in primary school? I said, yes. He said, of what essence, of what herb has that cockroach been now to you? We talk as joke and we'll laugh. That's because we gather things on our path we did not need. That's the reason why somebody can go to America within 3 years, he's a doctor. But you need to spend 6-7 years in Africa, 8 years to become a doctor. You practically know everything, but you're not a specialist in anything.
Okay. Mr. Leon Panis,